And let's hear from the young ones what they think. Do you think capping professional fees is the solution? Will it do more harm than good, as Sir says?
I agree with Advocate Kapil that what I believe is कि अगर हम लोग आपके पास दो लोग हैं छोला भटूरा बनाने वाले, एक 50 रुपए में बेच रहा है, एक 200 रुपए में बेच रहा है. अब दोनों के पास ग्राहक जा रहे हैं तो इसका ये मतलब तो नहीं कि आप 200 रुपए जो बेच रहा है उस पर आप कैप लगा दें. 5 रुपए की चाय आप 500 रुपए में बेच रहे हैं और लोग खरीदने वाले भी हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना कि उस पर हम लोग कैप लगा दें. सिमिलरली व्हाट आई बिलीव इज कि डॉक्टरी या फिर लॉयर बनना एक स्किल है, ठीक है, और स्किल पे आप कैप नहीं लगा सकते.
Why don't we say, why not cap the cost of what a television set would be? Why not cap it to 20,000? Why should we buy something that costs us 1 lakh? You're buying the technology, isn't it? You're buying the brand. You're buying the experience of that manufacturer to manufacture that product. Or to say, why not cars be capped at 4 lakh? So when you go and buy a car that costs 40 lakh rupees, you're buying an experience. You're buying the technology. You're buying when you say the brand name, you're actually buying the experience of that manufacturer to make that kind of vehicle. It's the same thing with professionals.
But the concern, sir, largely is that can money quantify that value of the skill that you're talking about? Years of experience and everything.
So your professional ethics are that you're able to give the best services possible. And you only are able to give your best services possible if you have the incentive to give that service. If you have the incentive to stay up at night and read your file or read your book 4 more hours before you go to the court or before you go for that operation or whatever, or probably go for higher education, or buy that book that costs you 30, 40, 50,000 a book to read that book so that you have the knowledge to be able to do better in court or the operation theatre wherever you are. To quantify probably is good, but to cap it would be a dangerous precedent set, because then you would demand it for everything. Then there would be no incentive for a Mercedes to make a Mercedes, for example. There would be no incentive for a Sony to make a Sony Bravia, for example. There would be no incentive for a lawyer or for a doctor to buy that equipment or to buy that book or to go for that course or to study 4 more hours.
Setting up a private practice is not an easy job. We are not trained to be like a business people. When we are in the medical colleges, we are trained to be like doing our MBBS and MD and whatever post-graduations and specialization we are offered, and we get it done. But we are not taught how to go about these financing things and other things. So when we go into the market and then somebody sets up his clinic and gets attached to a big hospital, he's actually equally confused on what to charge.
There should be control of the government among something, like government is also providing insurance also, but what is happening is that if a normal person is going to a private hospital and a person who is under some insurance scheme is also going towards a private hospital, the charges are somewhat different for both. An insurance person will be charged more than those person who are a normal. So that should be the duty of the government to see and to regularize whether the charging is there or okay or not. And second thing is, it depends upon the area also, like Sir has said. If one hospital is in South Extension and one in the other place, the charges of the land is also there. So that also adds up onto that private hospital. So it is due to that only that some hospitals are charging less or some are charging low.
And ultimately it all trickles down to the patient. That's the huge problem.
Yes.
जो गवर्नमेंट है उसको जो अपना सिस्टम है ना, जो मेडिकल कॉलेजेस हैं, जो हॉस्पिटल्स है, उसका सिस्टम इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लेना है कि अगर कॉमन मैन जाना चाहता है तो उसके लिए एक अफोर्डेबल सर्विसेज वो आराम से एक्सेसिबल हो. ऑन द अदर हैंड जो कि थोड़ा अच्छा, जो लोग पे कर सकते हैं और अच्छी सर्विस चाहते हैं, तो उनके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी ये भी रहनी चाहिए कि वो और पे करके प्राइवेट में जाके कर सकें.
When you're talking about fees, what you're actually talking about is experience of a lawyer or a doctor. One. So an advice given to a patient or an advice given to a client, which might probably be for 30 minutes or for 10 minutes, has hard work of 10, 20, 30 years behind it. That's your knowledge base. That is what helps you or enables you to give the proper advice. Now, how do you categorize or how do you quantify it? It would be foolish, it would be dangerous, and it would be reckless if you say that everybody would charge X amount of money. You cannot go beyond it. Then you do not give an incentive to a professional to upgrade his knowledge, his skill set, in case of doctors, his medical equipments, etc. these skill sets, the knowledge, the experience, the books that we buy, the education that we have is what enables us to give the right kind of service to our client. And you're charging for it. It may be exorbitant in some cases, but let us be honest, those are very rare cases. You know, a lawyer could probably be charging 50 lakh in appearance, but there are other lawyers who do not even make 5,000 a month.
Yes.
And so it is your choice to go to that kind of lawyer or that kind of doctor, isn't it? You may choose to go to a lawyer who might probably charge you 11,000 or 21,000 for an entire case, or go to a lawyer who probably charges you 50 lakh an appearance for a case. The choice is with you. And when you're choosing that particular lawyer, you're going after his reputation, which means his reputation that has been built over the years. So after 50 years of experience, if a lawyer has, so to say, the gift of the gab, the art of articulating his argument, to be able to mesmerize the audience, he is charging for that experience, that knowledge, and also that skill set, those 20 hours of working which you do not really get to see.
So I think with that, I'll have to call it a wrap on this edition of The Pulse. Thank you, gentlemen, for putting into perspective the problem at large that exists in our society as far as doctors and lawyers are concerned, and the mistrust between them and the people, which is only increasing by the day. Thank you to the audience members as well for asking questions, sharing your perspective as well on the program with us. So that's it from us on this edition of The Pulse. Thank you very much.